everyone, my name is Tom. Welcome back to my channel where I make videos that help you empower your higher self and manifest your dream reality. If you'd like to have a one-on-one coaching session with me, I'm still continuing with my donation-based coaching during these unprecedented times. So if you'd like to book a session with me, 100% donation-based, just head to the link below. In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can become a master manifestor. And the reason we're ultimately talking about this is to help you create the life you want, to help you realize your desires, and to experience life from an inner state that brings you happiness. But before I sum up what it means to become a master manifestor, I want to see if you can resonate with my experience of learning about manifestation as a whole. When we come into learning about the law of attraction, about manifestation, we consume a lot of material. And we come across many different ideas. A lot of it resonates with us, some of it doesn't. And there can be some confusion. And we wonder, am I really manifesting right? What's the right pathway for me to create the life I want? How do I find that clarity? How do I make sense of it all? Over here, this person's talking about the quantum field, collapsing potentials through neuroscience. Over here, another teacher is talking about imagination is the only reality, and you must imagine this way to create your dream life. Over here, we're talking about affirmations in the subconscious mind. And over here, we're talking about a spiritual idea of manifestation, about your vibration, about getting into alignment. It's a bit like shopping for your perfect diet or nutritional plan. And each person, from their perspective, has the diet that's worked for them, that's created health and vitality in their life. And manifestation is a bit like that. It's going to be slightly different from everyone's perspective because each of us are a unique expression, and manifestation through each unique expression will be slightly different. But if we take all of these different teachings or angles by which you can explore manifestation to work out what is the essence, what are they all pointing to, which make one a master manifestor, I can sum up that central focal point that they're all pointing to in 3 words: love, joy, and peace. There is no manifestation teaching, in my opinion, that is ever too good to create more of these states within you. More love, more joy, more peace. And you tend to be on the right track for you in your life towards becoming a master manifestor if you feel like your life is increasing in happiness through whatever means are resonating with you. The barometer of becoming a master manifestor is that it's increasing the positivity in your life experience. And that doesn't necessarily mean an external shift. It can simply mean an internal shift with not much changing at all in your external reality. It really can be both. Now, you probably weren't expecting that. You probably were expecting me to give you a technique, a specific technique, like do this, and that will create your dream reality, and that will mean you're manifesting successfully, and you will be a master then. Do the law of attraction this way, this is what works. But if you're here watching this video, you already know the techniques. You've sampled a lot of this. You're actually an expert in this, in the conceptual understanding. But what I'm doing is rooting you back into trusting yourself. And so what I want to give you now are 3 key areas of manifestation that are often talked about in this community. And what I want to do is, in covering this kind of broad overview of manifestation, give you a twist, a key insight that may be life-changing, that will help you relate to each of these 3 key areas of manifestation and all the techniques that you've gained to create your dream life. It's going to be an insight that changes your relationship to all of that so that you can actually become a master manifestor which we've now defined as someone whose life is only increasing internally and externally in ways that bring more love, joy, and peace. The first key area of manifestation is imagination. How many videos on this have you already watched with different techniques? And the general notion that imagination creates reality. Very powerful idea, and it certainly does have a powerful influence, and I've used it in my own life. The second key area of manifestation is thoughts become things. It's all about how you're thinking, your mental diet, your beliefs, and impressing your subconscious mind with positive thoughts to create your dream life. It's the second key area in which there are a number of techniques and processes for using your thought power to create and manifest what you want. And the third and final key area of manifestation is all about emotional mastery and inner alignment. This is where we hear about getting into the right vibration. Like attracts like. Living in the end, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, of becoming the frequency of our desire and dream reality so that we can expand into that reality or have it come to us, however you want to look at it. And there are so many techniques, again, for getting into this state of alignment. So you have imagination, thoughts, alignment. And what I want to tell you is that to become a master manifestor, it's not about following perfectly all of the procedures you've learned in these three key areas. It's not that the techniques or the teachers are wrong or bad. It's the subtle standard of perfection that we think we must adopt in order to create a dream life, in order to be a master manifestor. We must be constantly feeling good, thinking good, imagining perfectly, and tapping into our dream reality. And if we aren't perfect in these key areas, we're not a master manifestor, and we can't expect our dream lives to take physical form. And so we whip ourselves to be perfect, not knowing that the only job we have to take our manifestation abilities to that next level that truly satisfies us is to love the part of us that's failing to meet these standards. Is to love the one that doubts and fears. Love the one that still wakes up with a gloomy thought, with an anxious thought. Love the one that doesn't feel like they can truly see and tap into their dream reality. Whatever this aspect of us that's failing to meet the impossible task of being perfect, to manifest what we want. We simply have to validate and acknowledge this part of us. You don't have to be perfect to manifest anything. I'm certainly not, and I manifest very well. In very satisfying ways. I see beautiful synchronicities and alignment and positive results and relationships and opportunities and internal states and spiritual realizations happen all the time. And it happens even though I'm completely imperfect and struggle and experience negative emotions and negative thoughts and pains and days of low energy and laziness. But the difference maker is that I've learned to love that aspect of me that's perfectly imperfect. Call this what you will, whether that's the inner child, the ego, the self still rooted in fears of unlovability and unworthiness and fear. Whatever you call it, we must love that. We must realize that that part of us that's trying so hard to change reality through technique after technique and theory after theory and trying to keep up with the latest technique in a forceful or needy or desperate way. All it's really about is to come home within ourselves and say it's okay that that part of us exists. And to liberate ourselves from the myth of perfection when it comes to manifesting. The irony is that as we love and acknowledge the part of us that's trying so hard, we actually fall into the positive state more effortlessly that we've been seeking all along. We fall into the effortless wisdom of the version of ourselves that knows exactly the techniques that are going to work for us, how to do them with joy and presence, and how to trust in ourselves that what we are doing is right for us, even though 10 other theories and techniques may seem to contradict what's right for us, what techniques we feel resonate with our truth and our destiny. It's about feeling safe in yourself, fully safe, fully whole, fully acknowledged. The light and the dark. Integration of the light and the dark through love, through acceptance, through acknowledgement. You know, I was sitting on the park the other day, and sometimes I'm hit by emotional waves. They come up from nowhere, and I know that I'm going through a healing process or a purging, an integration in which the darkness within me is coming into the light I am, and that you are, the love you are, the love I am. And so there was a wave that was coming up at the park the other day, and I feel it in my solar plexus chakra area. And I was sitting on this park bench, and I was overlooking this beautiful field of grass and trees that extended on into the horizon. It's a really big park in the city in which I live in Melbourne, Australia. And I felt this kind of crystal of pain. It was like this point of pain, sadness, overwhelmment. And I put all my awareness in that. And I loved it. And as I simply was with that and acknowledged that this is what's happening to me right now, this is what's true for me, this is a part of me, not fearing and rejecting this part of me under the guise of becoming in alignment to manifest what I want, but realizing that the dark can only become the light through the light I am and the love I give to the dark. And that process itself is making me into that master. He's activating my dream life through wholeness and love. So as I sat with this pain, I went into the heart and core of it. And then I heard within myself a voice. It was an internal realization and insight. And the voice said, "How could you ever believe you are anything other than perfect?" And the moment that the word perfect was uttered, that pain kind of supernovaed in on itself and exploded into light. Radiant light and love. Fully present embodied love and light. Bliss, peace, ecstasy. Knowingness of my perfection. Knowingness of your perfection. Knowingness of the eternal love that is within all of us. Not to be achieved, but to be recognized and allowed to enter into one's experience. Not something that you have to earn, but something that's your birthright and your most natural state. And as I experience this radiant love and light, I've experienced this many, many times, mystical state of unity and love. But in those moments, all of the time you spent worrying if you were manifesting correctly and if you were doing the techniques right and trying to force yourself to be anything other than what you are right now, where you're at right now, the circumstances you're at right now. Trying to escape them, trying to push yourself past them, trying to get that person, get that job, get that desire now to be happy. You see all of that in a bubble of love. And you see that all you actually had to do was love that part of you. That struggled. That still may struggle. To be kind to it, to be loving to it, to be available for it, to acknowledge its existence. And to recognize that all negative thoughts, all negative emotions, all of this pressure to be and experience a reality that's not currently here, all of that starts to dissolve away through the loving acceptance that that part of you exists. And all along, that's all that part wanted. It never wanted to escape. It wanted to be heard. And in this state, the clarity of what it means to manifest your dream life is so obvious. It's to be you. There's a divine intelligence that can flow through you. And through love, you surrender into this current. Into the ultimate flow of all of life. You allow the universe to flow all the way through you. Willingly, lovingly. And you allow that wisdom and clarity to simply take over you as you co-create with it. And you simply do all the techniques that you always were doing, but now you actually do them with full self-acceptance. It's like a father hugging his son. You thought you were only the son that had to get it right. Now you become the father that loves the son, and you're simultaneously both aspects of yourself. And in that unity, you become a master manifester. Through full love and acceptance of yourself. And the trust that blossoms out of this to use all the techniques and all the theories that most effortlessly start shifting your reality. And that's why I say to become a master manifester, it's love, joy, and peace. And to enter into this state, fully surrender into who you are and where you're at. And to know that it's okay. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be imperfect. Everything is working out for you and can only work out for you. You are a divine spark that's come into this life experience to be exactly where you are right now. You are the universe's ultimate desire right now. You are the universe's dream already made manifest. And you're perfectly imperfect. And that's how things are. That's not a fault. That's reality. That deserves recognition and love. And validation. So how do you create this loving relationship with all aspects of yourself to unlock that innate joy, love, and peace and wisdom that can take all of the ideas and techniques that you've learned about in manifestation and to actually employ them in a state that satisfies you, that's actually going to shift you internally and externally and create your dream life? How do you create that dynamic in yourself? Well, it starts with one I love you at a time. Once per day, checking in with yourself. Checking in with the inner child, with the part of you that's struggling or misaligned, or worried or fearful, or perhaps even joyful, at peace, in love with life. But to connect within once a day to that part of you with full attention You can do this for 30 seconds, you can do it for 30 minutes. But to mindfully pause, connect within to that aspect of yourself that you intuitively know would benefit from your loving validation and recognition. And to place your full awareness and energy in this inner aspect of yourself. And to say, I love you. Even if you don't feel it. To still do it once per day. 30 seconds a day to start with. Turn within, I love you. And not I love you because I hope you're going to change, but I love you as you are. Because I actually see that that part of me is valid and perfect as it is. And what I found is that one I love you at a time, this relationship gets built, this integration naturally happens, and this love and light that you've always been starts to blossom, because that inner part of you that's been struggling to keep up with the high standards and expectations we place on ourselves finally feels liberated and free and supported. And then it actually becomes willing to surrender in to this more loving aspect of you that's actually took the first step to love it first. And that's where that unity and integration happens. That's where more love, peace, joy blossoms out of you. That's where the innate wisdom and clarity to manifest powerfully, spontaneously and effortlessly occurs. And that's where you actually see the reality of all the beautiful techniques and theories that resonate with you come to life. And you experience your entire world change for the better. Change in the satisfying ways that you seek. So as a final note, I'm not saying that any techniques are wrong or not to do techniques. I'm not saying any teachers are wrong or their styles of teaching techniques are wrong. Because I've done both. I've taught techniques. I use techniques. I love the conceptual map and frameworks from which we can explore this idea of the law of attraction and manifestation. I love it. What I'm advocating for is integration and love within yourself so that your dream life can actually become activated from this liberated state in the here and now. So start with one I love you at a time and see where it takes you. You can also check out my video on how to love the inner child and heal the inner child, which has more healing techniques, more inner work techniques, if you wish. But other than that, that's my video on how to become a master manifestor. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please like it. Please leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to have the one-on-one coaching, simply head to the link below. All sessions are still 100% donation based. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.